Good morning and a massive warm welcome to Carnation Crafts. We are live in the Carnation Crafts studio, and as ever it is awesome to have your company, so thank you for joining us. We are here for the second day to have a look at the With Compliments collection, which Carnation launched yesterday. If you want to catch up on any of those shows, you can do so on YouTube. That was with me and Davey B. Today we have got the lovely Claire with us. I will introduce her in one moment. So the main collection today is a glorious look at frames and how we utilize them with some extraordinary engineering. So the number for this is 221001. I can tell you it has gone very fast. It obviously was going to, because we're looking at something completely different within the card making industry. Your P&P in the UK, if you buy the full collection at £109.99, is free. However, we don't want you to pay £109.99 because we've got a discount code for you. If you type in capital letters CCWC10, that will give you 10% discount off this collection that we've got today. Does it give it off the perfect papers as well, Taz? Is it everything to do? Everything to do with this collection. So you'll be able to get 10% off. That will take your total price down to £98.99. Is that correct? If you can divide that into payments, so you can divide that into 3 payments of £33 or 4 payments of £24.75, and it will be picked, packed and posted the minute you order, and so you'll get it as soon as we possibly can. So that's the main collection that we've got. We've also got some really, really beautiful sentiments as well that we're going to come to, and they are a separate item. We will come to them in a little while. And we've also got your perfect papers, which match in with this collection perfectly. So your perfect papers, or my air conditioning pipe, if you'd like to look at that instead, which is beautiful, are just here. You can see them as we go along. So we've got all of your perfect papers here, and each piece of paper that is done in this collection will give you an exact copy of the colours of the vignettes. Now I'm just going to take some of these so I can show you the colour samples that you're getting with this. So I'll just pop them in front of these so you can see how beautiful they are. Now the vignettes that you get, all of the artwork that's done for Carnation Crafts is done in-house, and that means if I hold up this card next to it, you will see that no matter which piece of paper that's within those perfect papers, it matches perfectly. Your perfect papers are not actually paper, they are cardstock. It's 300 GSM, and that means that it's really good for doing your mats and layers. It's white on one side, it's colour on the other, so you don't have the same on both sides, and so you can cut it out, use it as your mats and layers. It's beautiful to cut, it cuts so well. These frames that we're looking at today, where you've got the extra elements in there for those geometrics, the perfect papers cut on there like butter. They are so lovely going through. If you're struggling with your particular die cutting machine, please do remember to use some Cut Tidy. That will help all of your cutting needs, and you can get that on the website. So your main 3 frames, we have got Edge of Wisdom here. That's your beautiful owl. We're going to look at these in details with Claire on the boards in a second. You've also got Edge of Grace here, which is your stag. Then we've got Edge of Wisdom, which is your owl. Down at the bottom, we've got your lovely watch, which is Enjoy Every Second. We've got your superhero, which is My Hero, some gorgeous sentiments. Thistle and Fern, which are your tuck-ins. Then you've got Time Well Spent, which is the little mice on top of the books, and he's very beautiful. And my favourite of all, you've got Aging Well. That's got all your steak, your cheese and your wine. And it comes together in this glorious masculine collection. So we're going to get Claire to go through the boards with you, and she will tell you what we've got in this particular collection bit by bit. So Claire, good morning.
Good morning, lovely Carla.
You all right, sweet?
I am very, very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm here. There has been no slipper accidents this morning. I am present. So let's have a look at what we've got in this collection. How are we going through?
Well, how fabulous is this collection? Just to say from the very, very start, it is incredible. All these different card shapes, so much that you can do with this, as you will see as we talk through the boards, as we do some demos later on. But starting off, first of all, with Grace. So you've got this lovely, lovely stag, and look at the artwork. Oh my goodness me. Seriously, how brought to life is the artwork just straight away? It's kind of just straight popping off that page, isn't it? Beautiful, beautiful eyes and all the animals. So this can be cut into, as you can see, you've got all these little snip points here that you cut into. So the beauty with these is that you can either have these separately, or you could have them also with the lines, as you can see here, because these can be moved. There is a split here, there's split dies for your mats and your layers. So these points can be shifted accordingly. So there is, like I say, lots and lots of ways that you can work with this. You've got these geometric shapes as well, which are just so fab, aren't they? They're just so different. These lovely, lovely hexagons here. And they cut so lovely with the perfect papers, because the perfect papers, of course, work beautifully hand in hand with the artwork, because they're all to do with the colours, you know, they colour match. But yeah, you can cut these and you can get so many different effects, you know, depending on what colours and stuff you put behind. Again, so much fun and so much to be had and done with this. So moving on to this now, the owl, wisdom. Have you got somebody who's a bit of a wise owl in your life, you know, somebody that you go to maybe for a bit of a chat, a bit of advice? I love the flow of this artwork. It's just got such a beautiful kind of flow going on, hasn't it? And these feathers, look at the feathers, look at the detail, just absolutely beautiful. And then again, these edges as well, you know, so you can cut them in different places because of this split, you know, you can move them about. And these feathered kind of design, which just complements this, so you can either use it together, again, like I say, they work hand in hand, or you could easily use them separately for your card bases, because like I say, these card shapes, there's lots and lots of possibilities there. This one, your pride. Now, I love, 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 love this lion. Look at that mane. Look at the detail on that, seriously. That flow of the mane, you know, it looks so real, doesn't it? So realistic. And all these cut lines and stuff, you can really, really shape this face out as much as you want to, and get that sort of, you know, to be really, really standing off from your cards. Your geometric shape, again, you've got here, so again, they can be, you know, working hand in hand together. Another thing that you can do, which is great, obviously, is you can use these, so if you cut it once through your die cutting machine and then you flip it sort of round, you can make your card shape, your card base, into this lovely geometric shape, so you can work and build on that, which is really, really great. Your artwork's in black and white and in colour as well, so again, you can mix and match accordingly. You could cut this maybe in different colours. This, then you could have black and white, you know, you could reverse that if you want to. Like endless possibilities. So if you're looking to add to your die collection, you know, and you want to just add something completely different in there, there's just loads that you can do with this. And again, like the split dies again, so you can move these different edges out. And you've got also with these, you coloured, you'll see when you can print off the vignettes, which you can find, of course, on the website carnationcrafts.co.uk. You'll see that you also have got some coloured sort of pieces of paper, like backgrounds, which again you can cut into by moving these little lines to create different mats and layers with all your perfect papers. So again, just very, very exciting, isn't it, this? I love this little mouse. Oh, I'm a big fan of the mice. I am. And he's just so super cute, just sat there on the top of his books, you know. He looks like he's been there a little while, hasn't he? Because he's got his flask, you know, he's prepared, maybe his little sandwich box there as well. So he's just been sat there reading, probably studying for a little while, maybe. This could be perhaps a perfect card for somebody who's been doing a lot of studying in your life. Maybe somebody's got exams coming up or has just gone through exams. These little candles as well, I mean, you can snip away and you can get these candles and pop them in different compositions, you know, working perfectly again alongside other like collections from Carnation Crafts. And these little books, you can snip into them, loads of little cut lines, so you know these could all be used separately again. Your little mouse could be used separately. I mean, there's endless possibilities. And you've got your mat as well there, so you can cut that maybe with one of the backing papers. Again, you'll find those on the website alongside all the other vignettes. So then you've got this. Now, is there a foodie in your life? As soon as I saw this, I was like, this is perfect for my granddad, because my granddad absolutely loves all food. So you've got your wine bottle. Look at this. Look how shiny this is. It looks so realistic, doesn't it? Imagine when you shape that out, you know, using your ball tools. You can really get that sort of 3D effect with that, can't you? How much is that going to stand off of your cards? You've got obviously your what's that called again? Cork. Thank you. Yeah, cork. What's that? Bottle opener. Bottle opener. Took me a while. I've not had any coffee this morning. Right. So you've got that on the top here. So perhaps you're about to have a celebration, or you could snip that off at the top here if you wanted to. And you've got your cork here separately. You could perhaps add some wine glasses next to that. You know, there's endless compositions that you could do here. You've got cheese, so you could make your cheese board, your steak, you know, and of course your mat there as well for your wine bottle to pop on if you want to. I love the colours of this. Again, so much that you can do with this. It's kind of icy, isn't it? So maybe a winter themed kind of card, you could perhaps bring that in as well. But yeah, you've got your thistle there, your pins, your ropes, so obviously they can place lovely together. Your foliage as well, so these ferns, of course, you can really print lots of the artwork off, cut loads of those, really build up your cards, maybe laying that on top of them. Your little feathers as well to tuck in here and there, so plenty of possibilities again with that. Watches. Watches tend to be a bit of a gift sometimes, don't they? Or maybe there's someone who collects watches, or who perhaps wears a watch like that in your life, maybe an uncle or a grandparent or something like that. So, again, these could be used maybe on birthday cards for somebody, but then enjoy every second. Again, just a brilliant sentiment there, because it is, isn't it? It's important to enjoy every second. Maybe retirements, it could be done for a retirement card for somebody. But again, you could place and use these in so many different ways. And then finally, this final board, love the heroes. Is there a superhero? Who's your superhero? Have a think about it now. Who's the superhero in your life? Who would love this card? Who do you want to tell? You are my hero. You are our hero. Who is it in your life that you'd like to tell that to? Because you could make a card with these, and look at the flow of the capes. They just really are sort of moving. You can kind of imagine that they're kind of in the breeze, kind of movement. You've got two different colourways here, obviously, straight away. So your brown kind of cape, your purple cape, and your lovely purple boots. So yeah, how fab are those? Absolutely love them. Don't you, Carla?
Yeah, it's an amazing collection. So what we're looking at here is the With Compliments collection. You can find it on the Carnation Crafts website, which is www.carnationcrafts.co.uk. The code you'll need this morning is 221001. Just to remind you, the price for this whole collection, and it is a massive collection, is $109.99. However, there is a code that you can use today, which is CCWC10. That needs to be in capitals. When you put that in, it's going to offer you a 10% discount across this whole collection. So as Claire said, what we're looking at here, you will get the Edge of Wisdom, which is the owl. You'll get the Edge of Grace, which is the stag. You'll get the Edge of Pride, which is the lion. Down at the bottom, you'll get Enjoy Every Second, which is the watch. My Hero, which is the superhero. Thistle and Fern, which are your tuck-ins. Then you'll get the Time Well Spent, which is your little Mishka sitting on his books. And then you'll get Aging Well, which is your wine, cheese and steaks, which is your full platter. Just to reiterate, as well, you can also get your perfect papers, which we had a look at before, and they all blend in completely with the vignettes that you're getting. When we talk about Carnation and we talk about vignettes, just to give you a very quick heads up, what we mean by that is the artwork that you're getting that goes with this collection, and that is free from the Carnation Crafts website. All you need to do is go to www.carnationcrafts.co.uk, go to downloads, and then go to free downloads. At the right hand side there is a little box that you can type into, and one of the options there is collections. Put in With Compliments, it will bring up a list of PDFs that you can print at home. So you go to checkout, print them out. The ones that have got the double-sided, so it'll have a black line down the centre. Those ones you spray on the inside and you cut them with your die. So those are your free artworks. You don't have to use them. You can colour these yourself, but it is beautiful artwork, and I do advise you to have a go. You will also find on the website your free backing papers and your free inserts. Grab them, they're free. We like free, so make sure you grab them. As well as your perfect papers, as well as your dies, we also have some very glorious sentiments. These might be some of my favourite sentiments ever. I think the collection is incredible, and we're going to get Claire to show you those in a second. Taz there has just pointed it out on screen for you. We're going to have a look at the boards, but the great thing about seeing them all on that sheet is the size of them, because you are going to be able to create some incredibly strong cards using those. So Claire, do you want to show them on the boards so we can see them?
Yep, of course. So you've got your starts of these sentences here in this lovely, lovely swirly font. So it adds a little bit of difference, between your start of your sentence and then the complement, because let's be honest, That's the thing, isn't it? You want to tell somebody, you know, that they are thoughtful, they are brilliant, they are charming. So the two together just work beautifully, again, hand in hand. You can use this little panel at the bottom to place your compliment on there. You've got your mats and layers. So again, so many different ways that you can use this. You can pop different colours together, many combinations that you can do. But looking at these here, I will just say, actually, I'll read them all for you because I'm going through them so quick because I'm so excited. You are so, and then you've got thank you for being so, and then you make me feel so. And then, like I say, they work hand in hand with, this is how I'm so excited because they work so beautifully together, with these big words. You know, we've got a really different font going on there, haven't you? So again, you can see that there's going to be, these words are going to really, really stand and pop off that page, you know, give that compliment to that special somebody in your life. You've got words like loyal, charming, wise, handsome, brave, generous. You know, who's thoughtful in your world? You know, who do you want to tell them that they're thoughtful, that they're great, you know, they're brilliant? You've got smart, talented, beautiful, kind, helpful, strong, clever, loved. You know, all beautiful, you know, big words there. And you've got the and as well. So, you know, you can tell them that they are, I don't know, charming and handsome. They are generous and thoughtful. You can put many combinations together, and like I say, with your mats and layers, you can, you know, use so many different colourways as well. So absolutely fabulous, fabulous.
Beautiful collection, aren't they? I love those sentiments so much. And it's just one of those things, isn't it, where we're always going to have something to say to somebody going forward. And they're such positive, strong words. Right, I'm just going to say hello to all of you online who are saying hello to Angela. So you can, I can't see you. So that have said hello to us this morning, with a little point to say. First of all, Suzanne says, good morning, Carla and Claire and Miss Taz and all the crafters out there. The postman's just arrived. And you're going to have a play after your doctor's appointment. That's the thing, isn't it? So it's already there. A lot of you will have received it this morning. Please play and just have some fun because it's just glorious. Have a go with those dies. Shift them over. You're going to have the best fun. We've got Mr. Dave Bradford saying hello. Good morning, Mr. Davy B. I hope you're well. We've got Linda who is saying, my hero is my dad who will be 93 next month. Can I just say a massive happy birthday to your dad for next month, Linda? And I hope he is well. So, right, Mr. Davy B, it is good to have your company. Thank you for joining us. Always lovely to have your company. We're going to have a look at some finished samples for this collection, and then we're going to go over and we'll start with the demos. So it won't be too long, I promise. But I want to show you what we can make with this collection because it's incredibly powerful. So starting off with the little mouse, just to show you, you've got here where it says thoughtful, you've got your colours, we're looking at those mats and layers, that's your perfect papers coming through. Your sentiment, look at how we have your mat and your layer on those sentiments. Important because normally we only get one mat with them, so it's lovely to have both. Good morning, Jacqueline, thank you for joining us. So just a couple of little gems in the corner and that creates a very, very powerful card. We go from, I love this one, we go from that looking at those food samples. Gorgeous, right? Simple box card. If I just put it that way so you can see, simple box card. This is a Lindsay one. Thank you, Lindsay Atherton. The use of that watch on either side to frame out that card is glorious, those colours, and then that beautiful feast that's sitting inside. That glass comes from the Especially For You collection. If you're looking at anything that you want to add to this collection, which will just sort of add to it, so your tankards and your glasses and all of those, that's your Especially For You collection. If anybody is wondering where they came from, I know we had a discussion about it yesterday and you can find that on the website as well. It's called Especially For You. So there's various different card shapes that are in there and various different things we can use. That star card shape that was just on the screen is gorgeous. The ornate book card is just beautiful. That you're going to be able to make full stories with. It's so pretty, that. But anyway, we'll carry on with this. I want to show you the main characters and the main card shapes in this because I think it's spectacular. Oh, we've got the owl here and that gorgeous sentiment. Beautiful. Beautiful, perfect papers. Look at the colourway coming through and look how we have toned with the purples to those owl wings. And it comes together, right? It's got that glorious depth to it. We move from that and we go to the stag. I'll just put that down. I'm going to destroy the set. They don't like it when I do that. Then we're going to have a look at him in all his glory. Isn't he handsome?
This is the one you did yesterday.
It is actually one of my cards. It was just at hand though, so I'm not doing it for that reason. But yes, it is there. I just think he is just very, very handsome. And I think the thing with this collection is the more you build it, and because it's quite a stripped back collection, and I like that. I like the kind of, we go from a clean canvas and we build, and that's important. I want to show you the lion, and then I've got one more that I want to show you for other reasons. So here he is. Philippe de Roy. He is so handsome. There you go, brave and strong. The use of the ampersand is a great way of filling in that central white space. So brave and strong. It's an incredibly powerful message. The use of the thistles on this card from Lindsay is extraordinary. Lindsay, you did such a great job with this card. I am so in love with it. It's seeing it all come together, isn't it? And it's one of those things where we see that lion. It's, how can I explain it in my head? You know when you see adverts for things, and as they do it a lot with cars, you'll have that very powerful image and then something coming forward, and they use it for a very specific reason. So things like that lion that sits on the floor, and then your other stuff that sort of fits on top. It's a really powerful message, and that's why this is such an eye-catching collection. It's powerful, and it's powerful for a reason. We can go to the nth degree, and I love this so much. Janine, obviously a Janine. Look at the colour piecing, that mosaic that we build. So now it's not a geometric shape specifically, it's a mosaic. So we've got different ways of playing with it. It's never going to be one defined thing. That's important because it means no matter what, your card is going to be different from the next person's. So your unique ability to craft now becomes more expressive as well. So we're going to move on from this. We're going to move to Claire for a demo, because we like the demos. Are you ready, Miss Claire?
I am ready.
Are you
yes,
steady?
I am.
Let's go.
Right, let's do this then. Let's have a little look. So I've cut out my card base from 350 GSM, the Perfectly Smooth. So it's just a great base to work on, nice and strong, you know, because we want to build on that. We've got plenty of things that we're going to place on this card. I've used red liner tape at the top, scored down, of course, from the top just ½ an inch to make my card base. So I'm going to pop that together. I'm using my multimedia mat, this little edge here, just to line up my card base. It is just super, super, easy. It makes it easy. I love it. You know, you can put your glue and everything here as well. So it's a nice little space to keep everything in one place. Well, kind of. I mean, if you saw my desk, it's not really all in one place.
Can I just say good morning to Miss Dawn Wheeler, who has joined us from Turkey, who FaceTimed me this morning with a lot less clothes on than I'm used to. Good morning, Doris.
Good morning. So what I've done already, I should say, is I've already cut from the Perfect Papers, one of my mats and layers. This is a beautiful kind of beige, isn't it? The reason I've chosen these colours is I want it to sort of pick out the colours in a lovely, lovely lion here. So that's why I've done that. But for my second one, I've used this sort of like, it's just a slightly lighter, isn't it, kind of cream colour. So you can see how those colours all work beautifully together. Those Perfect Papers working hand in hand, picking out those colours. Look at that. So we've used for this next layer, so I've used my Everyday Glue, this one, my Everyday Glue. I'm a big fan of Everyday Glue, I must say. I've used that to stick down that in place, but for this one, I'm going to now use my foam tape. And the reason I'm using that is because obviously I want some shadows to give a bit of shadow play going on there. So we're going to sort of build it up slowly. I'm not going to remove these middle sections. I put lots of foam tape on there, haven't I? I got a bit carried away. But at least you know that it's kind of going to keep that middle kind of supported, eh? So we're going to just line that up best that I can here, like so. There we go. Just like that. And then we're just going to remove those strips like we do. So there you can see already, you can see the shadows, can't you? Really kind of raising up that first kind of layer there. And then from there, I've got some one of the backing papers I printed off. Again, I just wanted something slightly different for that next mat and layer. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. I've used, again here, your foam tape again, just to raise that up again, to keep making those shadows so that we can really sort of build and build and build. Hence that card base as well being 350, because we want to build on that, don't we? There we go with my nails. And then we're going to do this just like so. So we'll just line it up and you can see that that's a really nice kind of base to start with to kind of build on. From there, I've got all my different little elements which I want to kind of bring in. I'm going to start off with this because I just want to show you what I've done with this. So I've cut a little piece of card here out of this darker colour, and I put foam tape on it because I want to kind of raise that up and then build from that. I feel that looks, you can see again we've got another shadow going down here. It's got all these lovely shadows. I've used a darker kind of purple here because I just wanted to add a little bit of difference, a bit of definition there, and kind of really pick out those words, you know, that I've cut out with the purple, again from the Perfect Papers. I think we're going to build on from there. We'll build from this corner outwards. So we'll stick that in place. Yeah, we'll stick that in place now. So I've just put some thinner foam tape down this. So we're just going to pop that on here, just slightly away from the edge, like I say, to get those shadows, doing the best without kind of leaning in. About there. There we go. So that beautifully kind of frames the card. We've got sentiments here as well. So you are so strong. You know, I wanted to really sort of bring home that. You are welcome. You are so strong. So, you know, we're going to place that there, and I'm going to place it down the side of the card. Again, kind of get this kind of shape going on. But before I do that, put my sentiments in place, I want to pop this lovely lion down here. How gorgeous is he? Oh, I do. I love him. I absolutely love him. Underneath him, I'm going to tuck some of these ferns. Again, the contrast of colours. It kind of really works. Like I say, they all work hand in hand together. And this is going to sort of make that line stand out, I feel, a little bit more. So we'll pop these on first. You can shape these with your ball tool if you wish to. So I will get my mat here. We'll just move these out of the way a little bit and just show you. So we can just do a little bit of shaping with these. Your double-sided vignettes, your mirrored vignettes there, your artwork on both sides. So yeah, you can find the artwork, of course. It's free to download on the website carnationcrafts.co.uk. So if you got your ordering already for the With Compliments, and you're just waiting, you know, already very excited, get the artwork printed off already, and then you can be ready, can't you, for when it arrives with the Mr. Postman or Mrs. Postman. Right, cool. We're going to just quickly do that. So I'm just quickly going over there, like so, with these lovely ferns. And we're going to use again a bit of everyday glue with my everyday glue applicators. Let me get one of them out. There we go. I popped a little bit of everyday glue on my multimedia mat. Like I say, it's perfect for working on. You can pop everything on there. So just a little bit of glue. We don't need too much with this. A little goes a long, long way. So we'll just pop some little dots on there like this. Oops, there we go. And we're going to pop it just from this bottom left-hand corner, kind of just going up the side here with these ferns. So we're kind of building on this here. Do the same again with this one. Just some little dots of the everyday glue. And I'm not gluing it all the way up because I just want that movement just at this top here. So with them ferns, because they are lovely, aren't they? Look at that. How pretty is that? The colours just, they're so pretty, aren't they? I do love the colours in this. So from there, I'm going to get this lovely, lovely lion, and I have shaped him a little bit, but I'm just going to quickly use my ball tool, one of the largest ones, to break down the fibres and just give a little bit more shape, like so, just around the edges. You can spend ages, can't you, working and shaping these. If you get the smaller ball tool, obviously you can get into that eye. It's all these lovely cut lines that are there. Work around the nose as well. You know, the little cheek bit there, because there's a lovely cut line there as well. So yeah, you can spend plenty of time shaping it. I'm going to turn it over just to kind of do his ear there as well, to make that ear shape out a little bit. And then just do a little bit of bend there as well, so that we can place him on there. So his mane's kind of flowing down the side of the card. So I'm going to use my pin flare now. I'm a big fan of pin flare. I do like using pin flare. The reason I'm using this is obviously it's going to raise this up a little bit from my card. So it'll kind of raise his face up a little bit after we've done the shaping of him with the ball tool. So putting just a bit of that.
Yvonne is saying the lion is majestical, isn't he just?
He is absolutely fab. And
a good morning to Jenny, who's joined us as well.
Good morning. Right, so this is the thistle. Now what I've done already with this, as I've decoupaged this using the pin flare, so what I did is put quite a lot of pin flare in the middle, and then I popped my pins already in there so that they kind of stay in place for me. Obviously these could be tucked behind, there's lots of things that you could do with these little pins. I just wanted to kind of make it as one unit so that I could just pop it straight on like this, because I'll be honest with you, I'm not very patient with pin flare. I want to get on with the card, and you do of course need pin flare to kind of dry a little bit, otherwise there's still a little bit of movement for a while. It takes a little while to dry. So just pop in a bit of pin flare anyway, just to place it in place, but I'm not going to squish it because of course it's already dry. So we've got those pins just coming out the side here, and then we've got the rope to kind of tie this all up together. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my ball tool and just shape that again just a little bit, and then I'm going to glue that in place with just a little bit of everyday glue in this bottom corner like so. So we're just going to pop a little bit of everyday glue and then just place that in this bottom corner, so we're kind of building it up the side of the card and from this bottom corner. And then finally let's pop these compliments in place, because of course we want to tell somebody that they are strong. So I popped little bits of foam tape on here again, just the thinner one, so that I can place this in place. You could always use your everyday glue. I've used this again just to get shadows, just get that shadow play going on, because there's plenty of shadows there, as you can see, because we've kind of built it up layer on layer. So I'm just moving these off here. I do like me putting lots of little pieces, don't I? There we go, right. There we go. So I'm going to pop this at the top here. There's your "You Are So." So you can see that lovely font there, that lovely swirly font going along the top of our card. And then from there I'm going to use the word "strong." Use a lovely, lovely bold colour underneath that to kind of really raise it up and really sort of make that stand off the page, because that's what I want to say to the person receiving this card. I want to say, you are strong. So you can really clearly see that, and I'm going to pop that down the side here, just like that, to finish that off. So there you can see. Miss Taz.
Claire, are you left or right-handed?
Me?
Yeah.
Why? I'm right-handed actually, but I used to be.
We were having a debate yesterday, and you have done what
Top to bottom.
Carla and Dave prefer. So I was just curious.
Really? Yeah.
There's a split camp as to whether you would put the the sentiment top to bottom or whether you would put it bottom to top.
Right.
As in, not necessarily at the bottom of the card, but would you put the S at the underneath and the G at the top, or the other way round? I do it the way you do it as a rule. That it's not always, but as a rule I do it that way. Miss Taz was like, oh no, I'd need it to be the other way. And so we asked people at home which way would you do it, and there was a mixed camp. So we think it's some kind of weird psychological thing. We were trying to work out whether it was left or right handed people, but it turns out we're just all weird. That's all it is. We're just weird. So that's the answer to that, Miss Taz. Right, sorry. Anyway, we digress. Moving on and having a look at this quick collection again. The words have gone away. All the words got stolen. Did you see? Oh, it was bad. So we're going to have a look at this full collection, which is not called Whitney Houston's Ultimate Collection, even though my brain wants to keep saying that. It is actually called With Compliments. I don't know why my brain does, but anyway. Edge of Pride, your lions. Edge of Grace, your stag. Edge of Wisdom is your owl. At the bottom, we've got your watches. Every second, enjoy every second. And that's so true, isn't it? Then we've got next to it, my hero, your, our, my hero. We've got your ferns and thistles, which we've just seen Claire playing with and tucking in. We've got that gorgeous little mouse as well, who's just beyond sweet on those books. Very evocative for people doing exams, all of those things. And we've got Adrian Well, which is my favourite because it's got a great big steak and cheese in it. And I love steak and cheese. But it's all of your food elements that go. Now, I'm going to show you a card in a second that I just want to show you, because I was talking to you before about other elements we can bring in, and I'm going to show you that. However, we're going to have a look at some of these finished samples first. I love this, white on white. You know I love my tonals. Can you see all of the design that's coming in the back, which gives us that background detailing? Can you see? So we've got that beautiful geometric shape that sits as a background. And I love that idea that we just use it as a background. This is Lavinia. Thank you very much, Lavinia, for your work. It's beautifully done. Then we move on to just very quickly show you the mouse with the wine and the cheese and those geometric shapes. So I just want to show you the different ways we're bringing in those shapes. How are we using them as backgrounds? How are we using them as a point of difference? There's so many ways. I want to show this one for the stag. I'm going to destroy all of this, Taz. It's about to fall. I'm just warning. Fair warning. This is Barbara's. I love this very, very much. Thank you, Barbara. You've got that trestle coming down, haven't you? So the geometric becomes almost like a trellis behind that stag, and it's how we use it, it's how we repurpose it. There's so many ways. We have got on here, sorry Taz, am I driving you nuts? We've got kind, generous, thoughtful. I can't do what you want me to do. This is as good as it gets.
You can, but then you move it down, so I have to follow the camera. And
Well, I'm just going to do that now and make you dizzy. Kind, generous and thoughtful. And we've got those owls on either side, which stand like totem poles. And I love that. I love the fact that they're those totem poles. Taz, I'm moving. I'm just going to keep telling her. That is going to fall over. I'm just showing this one because it's an elongated. And then we're going to move. Right, watch this, Taz. Are you ready for a bit of professionalism?
I mean, you're not right now, but...
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Did you like that?
We didn't even see...
Oh, well, you are just useless to me at the minute. Claire, can you hold that for me because I'm about to drop everything. I want to show you this one because it's important. Where you've got the mouse and you've got all of the vignettes that sit at the top there. Part of the most important reason why we all love Carnation are those mirrored vignettes. So when we look at the card from the back, we have still got the same imagery that we have when we're looking at it from the front. So it's equally perfect whichever way this goes, and that's important. Taz, I'm moving. And this one I want to show you, the last one I want to show you, because it's talking about bringing in those especially for you elements that are there. And this is the tankard, and I love it, and it's used so well with the owl. How's that for a masculine card? That's a Janine. Brilliantly done. Absolutely brilliantly done. And it's that gorgeous sort of flow of colour, isn't it? That silver colour, those grey tones coming in with those purples, that again gives that masculine element. So I'm about to move my hand, Taz. We are like a well-oiled machine in here. Well-oiled. She is, I'm not. Right, so we're going to have a look at our second demo, but just to remind you, this is the With Compliments collection. Why does Whitney Houston keep coming in my head? This is the With Compliments collection, and you will find it on the Carnation Crafts website, which is www.carnationcrafts.co.uk. You will find this under the number 221001. The show price today is £109.99 with free UK P&P. However, please do use the code in capital letters CCWC10 at checkout. That is going to make your payment just £98.99. It's under £100 for this whole collection, which is crackers. But to make it easier for you, you can also divide that into 3 payments of £33, or if better, 4 payments of £24.75. While you're there, don't forget to chuck in your perfect papers, which are your perfect partners to this collection. And just to mention, we also have those gorgeous sentiments, which are just crazy, crazy good. You'll find those on the website under 221011. They are at a show price of $44.99 today with $2.95 postage and packing, because it doesn't go under your £50. So you do pay $2.95. If you buy things anyway from Carnation and you're just getting that set and you buy stuff like papers or glues, chuck it in and then your postage is free. If you're going to have it anyway, you may as well do it and get your postage combined at the same time, because we all like to save money. Carnation Crafts is at www.carnationcrafts.co.uk, and we are going to go over to Claire for a second demonstration.
Right then, here we go. So I've used Edge of Grace for this one. I just wanted to show you how you can use different things together with this. I've already cut out my card base with one of the Edge outline dies for this. As you can see here, what I've done is I've put it through twice. So I popped it all onto my piece of card here, cut this through first, then pop the die this way around again, and then, because of course we can do that, we can pop it together to make your outline, your card base like that. So I have scored down the side here, and I've popped my red liner tape so that it's nice and sticky and it sticks in place. At 350 GSM, again, perfect smooth for my base, so again nice and strong to build on. So I'm going to get this red liner tape off, doing my best with my nails here. I'm trying to grow my nails at the moment, trying slowly. So right, let's pop this on. We're just going to again use this edge of my multimedia mat, which I love, and just place that together like so. So there we go, we've got your card base to work on. Now, as you can see already, I've cut this geometric shape out of one of the backing papers. How lovely is that cut out in that paper? Really great, yeah? And I've stuck it down with my everyday glue to keep that really flat. However, on the opposite side, I wanted to do like a block colour to kind of complement and work well with that together, as you can see if I bring that in. But I've kind of picked out little bits of this here, because what I've done is, again, I've cut it a second time and got these little these little hexagons, and stuck little pieces of my backing paper here and there. Can you see? So it kind of complements each other. I've decided to raise this up because I wanted to get some shadows on this side again, to just have a bit of difference, and I've used little bits of foam tape again.
Well, Claire's just taking that foam tape off. I'm just going to very rudely interrupt. We've had a question from Avril saying, demonstration showing the line with the backing paper, Harlequin design, card made by Janine. Where do you get this Harlequin design? So Avril, I think you mean this, I think. And if that's what you mean, that Harlequin design that you see on the back of there has been paper pieced, and it's from the Edge of Pride. So it is the corner element to Edge of Pride. So the die that comes with it, I think my finger's in the right places, it has, yeah. So it's this piece here, and then Janine has just added colour pieces to it. So the way you would do that, the easiest way is cut it out a few times in different coloured backing papers, the perfect papers that Janine's used, and the little diamonds that come out when we cut it each time, the weeding, if you like, we've used that then to colour in those elements around the edge. I hope that helps. Sorry, Claire.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Right then, so what we're going to do then is place this now here, because I've removed all of my little foam tape pad bits. The bits on the outside. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Right, so we're going to put that there. So can you see straight away we've got kind of some shadow play here going on, and this is nice and flat. So we've got a bit of difference going on, which I think is pretty cool. So we've got a hero here, our superhero. Like I say, who is a superhero in your world? You know, think about that when you're putting everything together. But yeah, you've got your superhero here. I've decided to use the purple again, with the perfect paper in purple as well. Had a job to say that, didn't I?
No teeth in.
We got there though, didn't we? We got there. So yeah, so we've got that. So it kind of like, and what I've done already, I should say, is I've actually again used my pin flare to again get some shadows going on there and sort of raise him up. And I use my ball tool to really shape out his arms and you know, all of the different pieces here. So you can see that if we pop him on there, he's going to stand on this side beautifully. On this side, I want to kind of balance that out. And the reason now I've chosen this is because the person that I was thinking about when I was making this card likes watches. So it's quite nice because there's all those elements you can kind of bring into your card. So, you know, you've got your hero, your sentiment and everything. And then things maybe that the person likes, you know, can kind of, there's lots of ways that we can play with this, isn't there? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to build up again from this bottom left-hand corner up to the top. So I'm going to just place this over here. We've got these lovely ferns again, which work beautifully again with these perfect papers. Like I say, the perfect papers are brilliant. They are 300 GSM, so they're not actually papers. So they are quite thick. And the colours match your vignettes. They match your artwork. And the artwork, again, as you can see, is absolutely incredible, isn't it? It's so amazing. Done by Nick, the creative director, and the team, of course, at Carnation Crafts. So I'm just kind of shaping these a little bit, these ferns, just quickly. Again, you can spend plenty of time if you want to, kind of working on each of the little leaves. And I do, I'll be honest with you, when I'm at home kind of just chilling, I do spend ages and ages just kind of shaping things out because I just find it very relaxing. Well, I'm going to use the everyday glue just to stick this down, a wet glue in this bottom corner here. Say I like working with this because you've got a little bit of movement as well when using your everyday glue. So we're just going to pop it just in this bottom kind of corner in this edge, so it's kind of flowing up the side of this card again here. So I'm going to pop again a little bit here. I'm not gluing it all the way up because, like I say, I want that kind of movement at the top of the fern. So just a little bit of everyday glue here, working again from there, just out a bit. And the third one, do exactly the same thing here, just a little bit of glue, the wet glue. We can kind of move these about a little bit if we want, but I think we're good. We're good there. Now I'm going to get the watch. Now the watch, there's so many little cut lines here, so you can really work into this. I mean, you can easily just shape it just by hand like so because of the cut lines, you know, it's easy to do that. But if you get your ball tool, which they come in a set just in case you might be new to Carnation crafts and new to crafting maybe, you know, you get a set like this. So you can use all the different sizes to kind of get into this. So, you know, you could use the smallest one just to kind of get into these little tiny bits all the way around here. You can spend your time really kind of working into that, which is pretty cool. So you can raise that up a little bit and shape it out. It breaks down the fibres doing this. That's why I'm doing it. Again, like you say, you can just, if you go over the whole thing, you can just break those fibres down, and then you could shape that by hand a little bit as well. You know, if you've not got much time, you just want to kind of shape it. But yeah, these ball tools are great for just kind of giving that extra kind of dimension to your cards with the artwork. You can play with the die cuts a little bit. But yeah, you can really see all these cut lines here, and you can really see those links, yeah? You can imagine it, look, it's a watch, it's great. So what I'm going to do is I want to place it round here on this corner, and I think I want to tuck that here just to kind of give us that shape around that corner. So I'm just going to shape that a little bit here, like that, the thistle, and then play with these leaves a little bit, crunch them a little bit to give that movement again in those leaves. Again, all these lines you see that are cut, and there's lots of lines, so you can cut into this if you wish to as well. So there's lots of things you can do there. I'm going to pop a little bit of pin flare on the back of my watch to raise this up a little bit more, because of course we've shaped it already with the ball tool and then bent it a little bit by hand. So we can pop this just like that. That's right, isn't it? Where am I? There. Am I right? I can't see. Am I right that way? Yeah. There we go.
Depends what time you want it to be.
Yes. Yeah, we'll pop it that way. We'll pop it that way. And then because we've got the pin flare, I'm going to just pop it underneath here like that as well. There we go. So you can see those two elements working beautifully together hand in hand. We've not glued them in place yet, so everyday glue again on this other side. I'm going to pop my superhero on here, just a few little splodges of everyday glue. And again, because this is flat, he's going to stand on there perfectly. I'm grounding from the bottom there. And then, oh, it's alive. And then we've got our sentiment, of course. So we've got "You're my hero." And I've raised this up with foam tape because, again, this is raised up on this side, and I just want to kind of raise up even more to really sort of bring home that sentiment, because that compliment, you know, that's what it's all about, the compliments. So I'm going to pop my over here in this top corner, and then I'm going to pop yours. And then again, I've cut it out. You can see that the mat I've cut out in a darker purple, again, to work with this, but also I wanted it in white to really make it sort of stand off from the rest of the card, as you can see, because you've got this lovely blue underneath it and the white, so it's working together really, really well. And then this really sort of, with the dark purple behind it, kind of really shows that sentiment, doesn't it? So
I've just been looking at that die of that watch, and I think your watch might be upside down like my brain.
I thought that. I think
it's like my
there
brain.
There we go. We'll leave it like that for now, because I put my pen flare. I thought that myself. I've not had enough coffee this morning, have I?
Don't you worry, Ray. I have had the same kind of morning. It's a way of looking at that whole collection and seeing it come to life. That watch is incredibly beautiful. So you've got all of those links that sit there. What's really important to remember about that watch, and what's incredible about that watch, is if you bend the strap over as if you were going to put it on your wrist, so to speak, you can actually bend the little links round, and you can have it proud on your card. And hopefully we'll get a chance to show that in demo tomorrow, because I'd like to show you the watch. Basically, you have the watch face as such flat here, and those links come round in the most beautiful way, and it sits up high and proud, and it's a really dynamic way of doing it. Now, if you were sending it that way, you would need to put that card into a box in order to give it that dimension. But man alive, is it fancy when it happens. It looks so incredible. So it is absolutely gorgeous, Claire. Thank you so much for showing us the demo. It's beautiful. It looks amazing. And I love the way that we're playing here with your colours. So when we're bringing in those backing papers, and then we just insert little bits. This is all to do with paper piecing. For those of you that are new to paper piecing, as we were saying when Avril asked the question, it is incredibly simple to do. These are all your little cutouts that we get from the original shape-ins. And I believe, if I could stop creaking for you, there is another sample of it, but I'm not sure where it is on my desk, and I'm going to destroy everything, but there's a little circular one as well. And it's how we learn to sort of change with what we're doing. Hang on, I found it. I found it. There we go. So all we're doing here is cutting out the die, and we cut it out several times into the same in different backing papers. So for instance, this one has been cut in white, as we can see, or in the cream colour. It's been cut in the caramel tone, and then it's been cut in that gorgeous mulberry tone. And then we use those to paper piece. We use the white as the main function, and we paper piece with the colours in between, and that gives us that mosaic shape, and they are incredible. And again, the way Claire has done it, where we play with those backing papers, draw them in together so that we bring our colours together. What that means is no matter what we do with those geometric shapes, we cause a difference, we cause a change. And the power of those dies comes from those endpoints that sit here, those lines, because there is a split in the corner here, there is a split in the corner there. I can bring that line anywhere I want on my card base. So I can have that card as long as this, I can have it as short as it needs to be. That is a piece of engineering that has never been seen on the craft market that I know of, and man alive, is it time. I want to be in control of my crafting. I know you do as well, and this gives us limitless potential to just explore this collection. It is stunning. I'm going to show you those finished samples again. We're going to go through some and have a look at them and how the collection just flows, and then we'll look at the different ways it works, and then we'll let you go home. It's like you're at school and you're in lesson time. I won't show you the coloured ones because we have just done them. This, use your basic box shapes. So we can go back to sort of card making 101 where we're creating those boxes. We are bringing them together. Do you want me to bring it down, Taz? Sorry, girl. So we're bringing it together. We're creating those box shapes and we're making them work as a border, but it's got the dimension because they sit forward. We've got a watch on either side and you've got that gorgeous feast in the middle. I'm just going to put them next to you, Claire, because I'm dropping everything. The wine bottle with the cheese and the owl. So again, what we're looking at here, look at that difference in that card shape. Now that card shape, if you look at the one that's been used, it's obviously the owl, so we're looking at the edge of wisdom. Then look at the way it's shaped. That's its counterpart. See the difference? We've got the oval and we go from the oval to the owl on the other side. We have changed the way it's shaped. We don't always need to play in exactly the same ways with this. Then, on that same principle, completely different again. We are now looking at 3 alternatives very quickly with exactly that same collection, that same die. And that's the point I'm trying to make, is that at no point are we stuck with one simple baseline of what we can do, because it's so dynamic. And this is how Carnation is evolving, isn't it? Carnation is evolving every day into this incredibly powerful system that we can use to build our cards. It's incredibly exciting to be part of something that is, you know, pioneering in craft. Now, they've only been around 3 years. That's incredible. We go from there, we look at the lion shape and how he comes in. Different ways of playing. Bringing in those back-ins so that we've got those 8x8s, using them as extra pieces, using white on white tones, different ways, different shapes. All of these cards are different shapes, going from that to the square. This is all the same die set. These are all of those die sets. And that's the point, isn't it? We haven't had to keep buying and buying and buying. This is these 3. These are doing the work for you. That's the power of this set. It's masculine, it's beautiful, it's powerful. It's just gorgeous. And that's the power of Carnation, isn't it? And that's where we stand with it all as it is. And that is the whole collection with compliments, 221001. It has been really wonderful to have your company this morning. It'll be me on my own tomorrow. So apologies to you all. Well, Miss Taz will be in the room. She's my carer. She has to be here. She has to make sure that I can get up and down off the chair most of the time. So it'll just be me here tomorrow. And Miss Taz, 9 o'clock, I remembered. So we will be with you tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock sharp, and we'll do a lot more demonstrations for you then. Until then, take care.